But let's recap some of the things from Sapiens.
Sure.
What did you pull away most from it?
Okay, so I think the thing that I pulled back the most was to take a more like humble view of humanity's place within history, and a more like to think a little bit more about any sensation that I feel, and like is this like how does this tie to larger human behaviors, right?
Yeah.
I think that like the whole idea of individualism and like everything that you do is unique in your own, that like my ego took a huge beating after reading this, because not everything, a lot of what you do is determined by these like other factors that we just believe inherently.
Yeah.
So I think that like to catch myths in like just regular conversation that I you know, keeping a almost counter of like, okay, how many times did I say something that actually relates to a physical world problem? And some days it's zero. Like really,
Yeah.
like, you know, I talk about like my immigration issues. That's totally made up, right? Like it's just some bureaucratic nonsense. I talk about work. That's also totally made up, right?
Yeah.
Like a pharmaceutical company does not need to know how to whatever. You know, it's
Yeah.
useless, right? So how many? It's only when you go on a vacation or something like that that you're like, wow, this is so beautiful, right? It's
Yeah.
very rare. So I think like cherishing those moments a little bit more, because it's nice to like be a little bit more connected to reality, I feel. But at the same time, I think that one of this book taught me also is like, just because like the curtain is pulled on you and you see the world for what it is, doesn't mean you have to be shocked by it. Doesn't mean you have to be disgusted by it. Doesn't make it good or bad. It just makes it as it is.
Yeah.
And I think that's where like he has influenced me. Just him as a writer has influenced me.
Okay.
Where like he's so scientific in the way that he writes.
It's very scientific.
It's so like, this is it. This is just a fact, right? I will tell you that, you know, this is neither right nor wrong, but just this is my take, this is my opinion, this is how it is. I try to be like that actually about the world too. It's like, hey, like, what is the truth and the observation?
See, people don't like that.
Yeah,
People do not like
don't
that.
want to build a narrative. Yeah. Yeah. It's. I like history a lot. I'm definitely a nerd for just this content, right? It's very informative, and I think that like my history in my interest in anthropology has also like really increased as a result of this.
Yeah.
But the biggest take back is like just this reduction in ego, like where humans live in the spectrum of the history of the world.
Yeah.